Cure or prevent any disease. Hex fees may apply.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They've got him. It's a sack.
Sixers.
Oh, baby.
And Flyers. 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to the locker room. Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and my locker room youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN on a Sunday morning, a sunny Sunday morning, daylight savings time. Good morning, fellas. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning. That daylight savings time gets me.
Did that throw you for a loop there last night or this morning?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, at least I was aware of it last
night. You pulled
night.
into the parking lot right on time.
Yeah, no, I made sure to be ready on time. This week.
Leeds was early today.
Yeah,
he was here before me. I got here 20 minutes early, and he was already here.
As soon as I pulled, I usually get here around like 9:30, 9:28, like clockwork. Mm-hmm. And here comes Leeds. He pulled right in. Good morning.
So I don't know what it was this morning. You know what? I woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Whatever.
You're up.
Yeah, I was up because, you know.
Good morning, birthday boy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm feeling 22 today. Just like Travis's girlfriend would say. No, it's weird. I woke up today feeling refreshed, even though I should have felt worse because we lost an hour of sleep, right?
Yeah, I'm dragging a little bit. I'm tired.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Sunday, so you expect it anyways, but a daylight savings Sunday, it's going to be a little rough.
You know, but just back in the day, man, you had to worry about setting your clock, before you went to bed. A lot of people would always, you'd hear stories of people missing or being late. That doesn't happen anymore because these clocks set themselves.
Yeah.
Your phone.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said to my girlfriend last night, I go, we don't need to worry about it. The iPhone, will reset itself. So.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. So there shouldn't be anybody missing work or being late especially if they have a phone. I know I had to change the clocks on my wristwatch.
My car was messed up. I noticed that when
my car, I just hit a button that says it says daylight savings time. It just hit it. It changed it automatically. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got my T.
Mine's a few years behind yours, so it doesn't quite have that. I didn't even notice my clocks this morning, though. It's something you don't think of, I feel like, until you get a few hours, under you.
So, guys, I got to tell you, I'm just I'm so mad at myself. I am so sloppy. Every shirt that I buy, every pants that I
seems like you problem.
I spill stuff all over myself.
I'm not gonna lie, Billy. I have that exact same sloppiness.
I wore this shirt specifically to show you guys because I couldn't get the stain out of this shirt right here. Brand new shirt.
It's a nice one too,
right? Collar, blue.
You need to invest in some the Tide stick or
you could ask my girlfriend. Every other day I somehow find a way to spill something on. I won't even know what it is. It's just all.
It isn't the worst when it happens. I don't do it as often, but I know my mom and dad are definitely victims of the stain on the shirt from food.
You ever
it's a constant war zone down
there. What's that commercial where the guys? It's an insurance commercial where they don't be like your parents.
Yes.
Yeah. You're turning.
Is that Geico?
Parents.
And I know Cool J's in one of the commercials now with that. That's what I feel. Well, I am that. I'm that guy. I mean, Mike Gill breaks
a circle of life, man.
Mike Gill breaks my stones about my my sneakers, my New Balance.
Your dad's shoes.
My dad's shoes.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with the age, I mean, once you enter that stage of your life, it's just normal, they fit like a glove.
And I got to tell you, I'm mad at myself again. I had a little fender bender the other day.
Oh,
so let me just tell you how easy it is. I don't text when I drive.
Yeah, as you shouldn't.
I only looked down. My phone beeped. I looked down for a split second, and a car in front of me,
Slammed on the brakes.
Slammed on the brakes, and I went right into her.
Yeah.
Dang.
Nothing happened to her car. I mean, I hit the brakes. I just touched her, but
Yeah,
I had a little damage. I'm going to have to get it fixed.
it's always the worst when something like that happens. I mean, especially when it's just, you're not doing anything wrong, but you get distracted. There's so many distractions.
Yeah, you could be like, I literally looked down for a second.
Well, that's why I don't understand these new cars putting in like a tablet screen. It's like,
Yeah.
we're putting in this,
right.
New and improved screen. Like I get the Apple CarPlay thing where you can have your GPS
That's
on
right.
it, or you can, like change the song at the push of a button. Don't even really have to take your eyes off the road. But people putting in like the Netflix accessible tablet screens that are built into your car, you don't need all that.
Yeah.
You don't need all that. I mean, like I get it, but there should be some sort of thing where like if you're going over 15 miles per hour, that screen will not play. You know what I mean?
Something, because there's
Some
so
regulation.
much distractions in these new cars.
It's all right, though.
And-
I mean, at least it was, your own car and you didn't do anything to the
Yeah,
other
but I'm
car.
still
Yeah.
pissed at myself, man.
Yeah.
I get that.
I
Every
don't
time.
make mistakes like that.
See, that's the thing that always gets me with driving is like whenever I make a mistake, even if it's like I accidentally cut somebody off, I always feel so bad.
Yeah, right.
And like it makes me like when they do something bad, then they get mad at like when they cut me off, then they honk
And they
at
give
me.
you a finger. And
I'm
all
like,
that
how
stuff.
do you just have that little awareness
Right.
or like what's the word? Like humility. Like I
Right.
always feel terrible.
Like you made a
Meanwhile,
mistake. All right, beat the horn and move on.
So
Yeah.
many idiots on the road. My dad always goes, I don't understand. Every time I go out to drive, the idiots, attract and follow me.
Well, I
Yeah.
can't tell you, coming
It's
down the
terrible.
expressway, how many people ride slow in the left lane?
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's another one of mine. I just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's
Get
like
out of the left lane. It
there's
seems
three-
to be
There's three
Pennsylvania
lanes.
drivers.
Yeah. There's 3 lanes for a reason. Get out of the
Right.
left. Yeah.
The Flyers last night. I can't tell
Brutal.
you. I was so excited to watch that game. I came home yesterday. But by the way, I went. Here's my routine. After my weekend shows, I usually grab something to eat, go to Randazzo's or something, right?
Yeah.
Then I go see my mom, 103 years old, on April 15th. I told my mom I got a little fender bender, and she said, what are you doing? What are you making a mistake like that for? You're an idiot, she's calling. My mom's 103. She's ripping me, right?
Got to hold you accountable.
But, so I go see Mabesley, and then I usually get home around 4:30, and I was getting geared up. Took a little nap. I got geared up for Flyers hockey, only to be
New and improved.
extremely
35-year-old Eric Johnson added to the
and
defenseman
did you
group.
not like that pick, you guys?
I like
or
that.
that
It
trade?
was, okay.
Guy's a bruiser. Listen,
I don't know
I
what we're going to
always-
get from him, though, at
I-
age
yeah.
35.
I don't hate
listen,
it.
He's won a Stanley Cup.
Sure.
Okay, he's 35 years old. He won a Stanley Cup, right? He's a seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a great move.
See, I like the
To
Gorianov.
solidify their defense, because look, they're without Drysdale now.
Yep.
Right.
I like the Gorianov trade. I think they needed to get a guy like Eric Johnson. I just don't know what you're going to get from him at this point in his career. But Gorianov, I mean, he contributed to that Dallas Stars championship. He's only 26 years old. I mean, past few years, he's bounced around. Obviously, we got him from the Predators. He signed there in the offseason, and now, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
So we'll talk a little.
nice little moves.
Yeah, we'll talk a little
Yeah.
Flyers hockey.
Also got another 1st-round pick.
Yeah, and he got another 1st-round pick. I
Top
gotta
10
tell you,
protected, but I don't think it's going to be in the top 10.
Danny Briere, Keith Jones just have this aura around them. That you just feel confident that they're going to turn this program, or they've turned it around. But I think they're going to win a championship before the Sixers.
It seems like it at this
Right?
point.
It's trending that way.
Obviously, when you have Joel Embiid, that window's always going to be somewhat open. But I mean, if he's, his injuries are really starting to pile up at this point.
Every year, man.
And it's like, I don't think it's his fault even. It's just his body. I mean, when you're that big
right.
and that weigh that much, and you're such a physical player like he can be at times, I mean, it's just going to catch up to you over time. So who knows?
We'll talk Sixers. We'll talk Flyers today. Got a lot of Eagles to talk about today.
Yeah.
Caps.
Yeah.
Things are about to get crazy, Billy.
It's first of all, why is tomorrow the legal tampering period? Like, just call it free agency
Yeah,
because it is what it is.
I don't get what the point of it is. I mean, I don't like. It's basically starting free agency, but it's got to be under this window.
Yeah, because
of
all
it's
these reports are going to
legal
come
tampering.
out, and they're going to officially sign them on Wednesday. They're allowed to officially start signing contracts.
Yeah.
So all these reports are going to come out of them, agreeing to
So why-
terms.
Why don't they just make it the free?
Right,
free agency
exactly.
Monday? And of course, yesterday's news: the Eagles re-signed Brandon Graham for a 1-year deal, and trade rumors are about.
They might not have an edge rusher next year.
Like they
Brandon
lost.
Graham might be DN1.
Yeah.
How many did they lose last year from the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, it's getting bad.
Now you're going to lose. Now there's rumors that Sweat and Hassan Reddick are on the trading block.
If they trade both of them, they're going to have to gut the defense. That's what's going to have to happen.
That's basically what's going to be going
I mean,
on.
if you assume Fletcher Cox is going to come back, he might retire. You know, that Jeremy Fowler report came out, what was it, a week ago, that he could possibly retire. I mean,
well, right now the Eagles
what
are
impact players do you have?
$43 million under the cap. We'll get into all that. Also, just want a few notes. Camden won the was it Group 4 championship last night?
Is it Group 4?
Is it Group 4? I think it's Group 4. After the controversy with them and Manasquan.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Manasquan team was in attendance and gave them a standing ovation.
Really?
Talk about class.
Yeah, that's class.
Yeah. That's class.
That
right
was a
because
terrible.
they got
It was the Group 2 fight.
They got railroaded.
I feel like
Group 2.
No matter
Group
the
2,
level, once you get like to high school or college, there's got to be at least some sort of, I'm not going to expect an instant replay thing here, but something to glance at to see if you got like for the, that for example, the buzzer beater.
0.5 of a
Yeah,
second.
there was plenty of time left when that ball got off, and they're not able to see it because they don't have anything to reference. But there's a stream, like you could look. I don't know. There's ways to avoid something.
And something that really opened my eyes about is Gil on the Sports Bash this week when he was talking about it, how I hadn't even noticed that the one ref, you can clearly see he says that it was good.
Yes.
So something had to change his mind to overturn that decision. I don't
understand that.
I don't understand what happened. I mean, I'm not going to say it was like rigged or anything, but it just very shady.
It's very
and
shady.
strange.
Very shady. All right. We'll get into all that, but I also want to make a note. How about this Hannah Hidalgo? We had her on the show last year.
Yeah,
I was tearing it up at Notre Dame. She's 5'7".
It's crazy.
I keep hearing great things
Absolute
about her.
baller.
Is that amazing?
Yeah, at my job, I heard people the other day just saying like, "Oh, that Hannah Hidalgo, like she's crazy." I'm like, I had her on an interview.
We had her on
work show,
in the locker room. All right, we got all that and more on the show today. It's great to be with you on a sunny Sunday. And then when we get back, we're going to rip the birthday boy over here. What do you say about that, Andrew Leeds?
I mean, I'm always down to rip the birthday.
It's all right.
boy.
I got some ammo on Billy.
All right.
I can fire back.
All right, we're going to rip the birthday boy. Danny Ryan had his birthday yesterday. Was your official birthday? It was yesterday, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I even
March
said
9th.
I said happy birthday on Facebook. Right?
Yes, on my mother's Facebook post. Yeah, see, Bill Schweim, happy birthday, Danny. It made my day.
All right, we got a lot to talk about. Only 2 hours to do it. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to Center City and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more sports talk right here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and my locker room youth movement producer, Danny Ryan, and intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers next tonight on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the Sixers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Kyle to Buddy Hield for three. Out of transition. Bucket good. Triple. And Buddy Hield with 5 in a row.
Coverage begins at 6 p.m. It's Sixers basketball all season long on South Jersey's radio home for Philadelphia 76ers basketball.
Hammers it in. Are you kidding me? He rocks the rim.
97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Servicing Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hey everybody, Tim Chu with ticksforgood.org. How would you like to go to the Final Four? That's right, at ticksforgood.org, we are giving away 2 tickets to the men's basketball Final Four in Phoenix, Arizona. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can enter to win 2 tickets to the men's basketball Final Four in Phoenix, Arizona, round-trip airfare, and 3 nights accommodations. This prize is brought to us locally by Tri-City Kitchens, South Jersey's leader in custom cabinetry. Visit ticksforgood.org to learn how to win.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Champion Exteriors, Champion, the one you call first. Voted best of the best in Jersey Shores. For roofing and siding, windows and doors. 24-month financing, no payments, no interest. You're certified GAF elite contractors. Champion Dutch Exteriors.com. Champion Exteriors, Champion, the one you call first.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Bill on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, my locker room youth movement, producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds right here as we listen to the Chili Peppers, right?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Because yesterday, Nicky Earnshaw defeated me in the generational music challenge between the 2 generations.
This is by far the best part.
Yeah. But I still think Separate Ways is better than this song. I mean, it's a great thing. Look, it's a good song. I get it. I like it. But I think it's like Journey's more powerful. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely a more inspirational song, kind of a feel good. Definitely. I was saying this before we started the show. I think the viewership, the listeners, kind of wanted to change the tide a little bit. As Andrew said, they wanted him to go to OT and make this a nail biter. So
yeah, it wouldn't have been as fun if Billy just won it. And then it ended a week early.
Right. They forced a game 5. Nick won by 2.
He was facing elimination yesterday. And he came through.
It was a good enough song choice for people to vote for it without it being like, ridiculous. Because I don't know which song I prefer. They're both great songs. So it was a good enough song where it was enough to force a game 5.
Don't worry. We'll get Separate Ways coming up here soon. All right. Okay. We're going to honor you too.
I'm thinking about, I don't want to get my favorite band, but I want to get it's just a song that you turn on and you rock. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I was on my way home, and lo and behold, you know what song I heard? Now, you guys probably don't even know this song because you're too young. You guys are just too young. The Tubes. She's a beauty. She's a beauty by the Tubes.
She's a beauty. Actually, Andrew did pull it up because you mentioned it before the show.
It's a great song.
Not a bad song. Familiar.
Not a bad song.
You can play it. You can find
if there's one thing that your generation had better than us, it's music. I'll tell you that right now.
There's a lot of
100.
You guys don't even know sitcoms and sitcom music.
Our
you don't know anything. You guys are wet behind the ears.
Our bread and butter these days is supposed to be mumble rap. I mean, like, I appreciate a few of the songs, but if you put me in a 2-hour car ride, I can't just listen to that.
All right, so let me ask you guys this question. Let's start with the intern first. Who's your favorite group right now? Like, who is your number one go-to band right now?
That's like currently going?
Yeah, like your generation.
Well, for me, it's my favorite artist right now.
You got to even
His
think
name-
about
well,
it. I can
no,
tell
I-
you right off the top of my
I
head.
know who my favorite is. He's not like super well known. His name's Jeff Rosenstock.
Never
he's like
heard of him.
He's like a pop punkish kind
Never
of
heard of him. Never heard
Yeah,
of
I
him.
doubt Danny's even heard
All
of
right,
him. He's
Danny,
not,
what about
he's
you?
not like
I don't know.
Are you looking at your phone?
Yeah, man. Like,
You gotta look at your phone to tell me what your favorite group
I'm
is?
not a huge music guy, Billy.
My God.
All right, like whatever whatever I can work out to. That makes
You
me feel
obviously
good.
guys know that I'm a big Police fan, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the 3 bands that I really liked in my life were the.
Wait a minute, you like the
and
Police?
I'm a well-rounded musical. I enjoy music. When I was growing up, I was a huge Police fan. I was a big Grateful Dead head, and I love the Beach Boys.
If I had to go, it's a pretty basic pick
Beach
right
Boys
now.
are
Right? Come on.
Beach Boys are classic.
Yeah, I mean that's great. You grew up around the shore too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame you on that one. You're definitely more cultured
Rock and roll,
musically
baby.
than I am. If I had to pick one person right now, I'd probably have to go country and go with Zach Bryan.
All right.
Like
country, that's
I can
fine.
always listen to him and enjoy myself, but I don't know.
Like, you don't have like a
I don't have a
favorite
set
band that
guy
you
right
identify
now.
with?
No, I don't. I mean the guys that I like typically don't drop music that often. Like J. Cole, I used to listen to a ton, but he doesn't drop music
I
that
mean, I
often.
could-
Drake,
Guys, when I was
he's
growing
up
up,
there for me.
I could sing every word to every song from all 8 Police albums.
I believe
Regatta
You know
de
what, Nick-
Blanc, Outlandish D'Amour,
You know what Nick
Zeta
Earnshaw?
Mandetta. I mean, I keep going.
You know what Nick Earnshaw told me before I took this job?
Synchronicity. What?
I'm on the phone with him. He goes, yeah, because he was leaving at the time to go on bigger and better things. And he goes, yeah, you know what? You're gonna have to play music, or not music, police music out of every single
Right.
break. Don't play anything else. I'm like, don't play any other song. He goes,
Nothing else.
no, it has to be.
my
You
signature.
can do different songs by the police, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
That's awesome.
All right,
All
let's Andrew. I don't know if you're going to pile on like I am, but I'm going to pile on the birthday.
Oh, this is
I'll
a
let you
pathetic
pile
jab.
on.
This is a
I'll let you
pathetic
pile
jab.
I'm a little upset.
Oh, give me a
with you
break.
because this is like Fugazi,
No,
man. It's
no.
Fugazi.
Your generation is just different.
So your birthday was yesterday. When was
Yeah.
your girlfriend's birthday?
Wednesday,
His girlfriend's birthday. What's your girlfriend's name?
Aaron.
Aaron's birthday was on Wednesday.
Yep.
You take her to dinner yesterday, and you split.
We took
the
each other to dinner.
All right, but
It was
you
both
split
of our
the check.
birthdays. Yeah.
That's Fugazi.
No,
You gotta
you're
buy.
Fugazi.
You gotta buy the dinner.
You're a Fugazi Italian. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's true.
Listen, it was
I'm
both
not-
of our
I'm not-
birthdays.
My
We
last
both
name is German.
we scratched each other's back and we gave
It's
each
your
other birthday
girlfriend.
presents.
You should have bought her a gift.
I
Wait,
did.
you don't. Oh, you did get her a gift. Like,
On her birthday.
Did you wrap
I
it?
spoiled her.
what was her gift?
That's good. Did you wrap it?
Did you wrap it?
Well, listen.
That's a good.
Look, he's
I
back
worked.
in a-
I worked
Did you
until
wrap
7.
it?
I worked until 7. So I got her the big 2-3 balloons, which are pretty pricey. By the
Okay,
way. They're not too
all right,
cheap.
all
I like that.
So I
like
made her
that.
special. I got her some flowers. I got her her favorite candy. I went over.
Oh, you got candy, little chocolate.
Yeah, she loves Reese's.
All
So
right.
I spoiled
Get
her on
any
her
oysters?
birthday. Came over at like 8:00 at night, and then we had a nice dinner yesterday. And
But
it was
you
both
paid-
of our
but you
birthday
made-
celebrations.
You went Dutch on your birthday.
It was her idea, man. I'm not going to be,
You're the
I have
man
to
of
li-
the- You take the reins.
as a
You're
man of the
Yeah,
relationship
you're the man
in
of
the
it.
modern era,
Yeah,
you got
the
to listen to your girlfriend.
Is that right?
And meet her every need.
I will say that is.
I think girls still like the man to
generational
take
gap.
the
Of
initiative.
course, and I
say,
do that.
Sweetie, put your money away. I got it.
I do
Especially
that.
since you're making big bucks here in the locker room.
Yeah, big bucks. I need a raise to be making some big bucks. No, listen. I do that from time to time, but this was both of our birthdays, and
See, this-
she wanted to do that, and
Andrew,
I was okay with it.
A woman wants to be like do you? All right, so let me ask you a question. When you look at the menu, do you order for her or you let her order for herself?
Why would I order for her?
Because you're the man.
Who cares?
Okay, that's crazy.
Is that out of line?
I'm gonna get her like lobster.
a
She's gonna hate
generation.
lobster
I
or
order
something.
for my. I would order for my. When I go to dinner,
Yeah,
and I
but
was
like
taking
you're
my
not like
girlfriend
picking
out, or my
something
my
random.
fiance. I'll say, "What are you interested in?" And I'll order for. her.
Yeah, but you're not picking
See-
something random and just throwing it at the waiter.
No,
You're gonna
no,
ask her
no,
what she
but
And
wants.
I'm not going to say you're out of line for that, Billy, but that definitely is a generational thing where, like, I don't. My
It's
girlfriend.
called chivalry, gentlemen.
I don't think she would ever expect that or even want that. I think she wants to speak for
Well,
herself.
All right,
But I
okay.
get what you're saying.
Well,
it is
you know,
a
it's just
chivalrous.
like did you open the car door, shut the car door? You
I
guys
still
yeah.
do that stuff. The
All right.
sidewalk rule,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
everything.
What's
yeah.
the sidewalk rule?
Well, they got to be walking on the inside
That's
of the
right,
sidewalk.
the sidewalk rule.
You're
All
walking
right.
on the outside
So
in
that's
case
not-
some
that's
idiot
not-
drives
that
by.
hasn't blown away.
No,
the
that's
generation.
just
Yeah.
manners.
All
All
right,
right. Everything else, though, you need to get out of the 70s. All right. It's a new era, Billy.
Let's
It's
open
a
up.
new age.
Let's open up the text board because I want to ask you guys this question: Who are you more disappointed in this year? The Phillies, the Eagles, or the Sixers?
So, I mean, for me, it's pretty easily the Eagles, just because go with the Sixers. I mean, after last year, I think everybody in the city was out on the Sixers.
Right.
I don't think we were expecting that much, and obviously, I don't think anybody expected Embiid
but
to play at an MVP
they
level
fall
again.
from grace just as fast as the Eagles did.
They were different.
In January before Embiid went down, they were in third place in the East.
I just feel like all that third place in the East, all that thing. I mean, the injuries also, like the Eagles, they didn't have injuries that caused them to fall apart like they did.
Right.
The Sixers, I understand, no Embiid, no Maxey, they're gonna fall off, and I think I just have grown accustomed to expect more from the Eagles.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about 2 Super
They're
Bowl
the
appearances.
prized possession of the town.
Okay.
Of the city.
All right, I just wanted to 609-403-0973. Text board question.
It's a good question. I'm
who
sure
are you more disappointed in, the Eagles or the Sixers?
There's definitely people who are going to say the Sixers. And
I know there are. 609-403-0973. Danny, the Sixers right now are 35-28.
Mm-hmm.
And our good buddy Nick Earnshaw is on the way up to Madison Square Garden. He's in attendance.
He's sitting in nosebleeds, I assume, right?
He's been doing that at Wells Fargo.
Yeah,
He's got to get out of there.
That's cool, though. I mean, I've always wanted to go to the Garden.
All right.
Yeah.
He's going to go see the Knicks game. They got back-to-back games against the Knicks, and their March schedule is brutal.
It's a gauntlet.
They have two teams that are not playoff ready, or they're not. If the playoffs were to start today, two teams on that out of 13. There are only two teams that are not in the playoffs, and that's the Lakers and the Hornets. Everybody else is a playoff-bound team.
Well, how do you classify this, though? Is like play-ins, not playoffs? Because I think the play-in tournament's playoffs.
Is it really?
I would consider it. I mean, like you win that round, you go to the playoffs, and the real dance starts.
The Pacers, look,
it's like a wild card round.
If the Sixers lose to the Knicks tonight, I don't know. Did the Pacers play tonight? Can you guys look that up?
Check.
If the Sixers lose, the Sixers are 35-28.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers are 35-29. If the Sixers lose tonight,
the Pacers play the Magic at 6:00.
They
tonight.
play the Magic, and they're guess what? Orlando's hot.
37-27, fifth in the East. Listen, I think the Sixers are going to
They're
stay in
8-2 in their last
contention.
10 games.
I'm not worried about this team because Embiid's probably not going to come back until late March, if not early April. So the expectations are low. I don't think they're going to drop.
A lot of people
below.
say he might not even come back.
I don't know.
He's back in practice.
It really depends on how he feels. I mean, he said if he's feeling good, if everything's going well in his recovery, then he's going to ramp up to play. I don't think they're going to fall out of a play-in spot. I mean, the Hawks are in the 10th seed, and they're 29-34. Now, it could really spiral with this tough stretch of games coming up. A lot of competitors, a lot of contenders for the title.
Right.
So they might fall to like maybe 9. There's only 4.5 games separating the 9 spot in the Bulls, who are 31-33 to the Sixers. So maybe that far, but I don't think any farther than that.
609-403-0973 is the phone number. The text board. Give us a text. Send us a text. Who are you more disappointed in, the Eagles or the Sixers this year? 609-403-0973 is the text board. On the other side, I just contacted my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes. We're going to talk with Mark Grimes on the other side.
Grimesy.
We're going to get Grimesy's state of our sports teams right here in March. Get his perspective on the Sixers. Very disappointing. Obviously, injuries are part of the game, but when you get depleted, are we making excuses? Or
No. I mean, they're 0-7 without Maxey and Embiid. That's how huge they are for this team.
Yeah.
Any team loses both its stars, they're going to suffer.
And there's a difference between excuses and like valid reasons. I mean, injuries, again, you can't be like, oh, it's not fair, it's injuries, because injuries are a part of the game. But it is reasonable to just point to the injuries as like, yeah, that's a valid reason why.
Any blame? Any blame? Or how do you guys feel about Nick Nurse?
Oh, I love him. I don't put any blame on him.
From what we've had in the past, Brett Brown, Doc Rivers, this is like a breath of fresh air having Nick Nurse. He's doing the best he can.
Can we please not run this guy out of town anytime soon?
I'm just asking.
I know, fair.
All right, next Saturday. When do you hear this, guys?
Oh boy.
Next Saturday, we're going to be broadcasting
on the road.
Yeah, we're on the road. The locker room's on the road. We're going to be broadcasting live next Saturday from Realty Remediation right there at 215 Route 9 in Marmora. You got to come down. We're ready for this. Anybody that shows up and fills out a card will be eligible. What's so funny?
I got a text in about you. Anonymous texter says, I'm sorry, I had to interrupt. Billy used to break up with his girlfriend right before her birthday and Valentine's Day, so he didn't have to buy her anything. Then get back with her after.
Maybe you can do it.
That sounds like you, Schwein.
Everyone that shows up and fills out a card will receive one free pest control for anybody in our listening area. So you show up, you win.
It's a
Plus,
bargain.
there's
Yeah.
free food from 10 to 12, and then from 12 to 2, all you can eat, free food. You got to come on down
Can't
to
beat it.
Realty Remediation. Out of all those people that sign cards, 4 people will get a free year's worth of pest control services, which includes regular visits and any issues in between services, which include ants, spiders, crickets, silverfish, mice, and all general pest control.
It's not cheap,
Do you
people.
know how much
No.
that's worth? It's Steve down there, Weinstein. He's giving this away. You fill out these
It's a
cards.
bargain.
Bargain.
All you gotta do is show up.
All
and
you just
listen
got
to
to
the
do is
locker
show
room.
up, free food, and get a free pest control. Plus, one person will receive free termite control and preventative maintenance for an active problem with 1-year renewable service agreement. Plus, are you ready for this? I'm not done yet, guys.
Plus,
Yeah, there's even more.
2 tickets to a Phillies game
there we
against
go.
the Giants on May 5th. 5 rows off first base.
Oh, now we're talking.
Guess
All
what?
right.
I still got more.
More.
Still got more. Another gift that he's going to be giving out is 2 tickets to the Blue Claws. 5
Wow.
games.
Phillies minor league affiliate.
Phillies
That's
up in Lakeland.
Lakewood.
Lakewood.
Well, now, yeah, and now they're the Jersey Shore Blue
Right?
Claws. But
So
yeah,
there you go.
High A affiliate. Justin Crawford, the son of Carl Crawford, might
That's
start
right.
off there. There's some pretty talented kids now. The farm system's
So
kind of back in
5
shape.
games for free. You got to come down to Realty Remediation, 215 Route 9 in Marmora. Next Saturday, we'll be down there from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, broadcasting live. And then we'll be eating lunch and having fun with all the peeps
Can't
from
beat it.
12 to
Yeah.
2. So come on down. All right, the first hour of the locker room was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. At 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Now, I'm here to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. You got to get down to La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine. They opened this summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home from a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. Every Thursday night is Brigantine night. Live music from 6 to 9 p.m. One free signature pizza per table. Drink specials include $2 Miller Lite, $3 Peronis, and $4 house wines. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll talk with my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small.
Can't wake up without it.
Brought to you by the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, this one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest goodbye. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest. Come on.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. Gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Picture this. It's Saturday morning and you're on your John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground on your new landscaping project. Next, you're moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever. And now you're enjoying the warmth of the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand everything you can do with a John Deere compact tractor, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get in the seat or visit a dealer near you.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get a $50 gift card good for use at Vincenzo's Ristorante in Galloway for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
See the deal.
You're listening to Locker Room with Billy Schwab, 3 ESPN, and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwab, my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and intern Andrew Leeds as we're listening to Journey Separate Ways.
This is a pretty hard song. It's a hard song to beat. I don't know how Nicky Rich pulled it off.
Because my listeners let me down.
I think they wanted to see
my
one
generation
more week of
listeners
this.
let me down.
Talking about my J. Yeah,
I'm thinking about started playing it right before we went on the air. My song rocks. It's not the greatest song in the world.
It's a good song.
Going, man. It's something you can listen to over and over again. The
See,
words are great. The music sound.
Here's why you lose. You're already giving away your song here on Sunday the week prior. You're going to give Nicky Earnshaw all week to prep to get a song better than that.
He's on his way to New
Well,
York.
he's stuck with Can't Stop, correct?
No.
You
so
get a
for
new
the
song
for the final ones, because it's the Super Bowl, the World Series, if you will.
Gotcha.
So you're going to be able to pick 2 new songs. All right. Let's get the
World Series, if you will.
Let's get the
To put it
state of
lightly.
sports with my agent at the beach. Let's go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Mark Grimes. Good morning, Grimesy. I don't know, Grimesy, man. I'm like the Eagles let us down, right? They were 10-1, and then the wheels fell off. The Sixers, in late January, they were like 3rd in the Eastern Conference. Now they're like hanging on to the 7th spot. Grimesy, it's not good.
Oh,
No, they were down 36 at one point.
it's so brutal.
And that's another thing, Grimes, you make a great point. Temple, like there's no Big 5 team that we could like really get excited about. Villanova's what, 17-14?
Temple's getting themselves in trouble.
And now Temple's in trouble with who knows what. So exactly what do you think they did wrong, Grimesy? It was like I don't understand the full picture. Yeah, well, with the So our text board question today, Grimesy, at 609-403-0973 is, what team has let you down more, the Eagles or the Sixers right now? Right, yeah. I threw that question out there.
Yeah.
And I right? But to have two of our teams like being elite teams, and all of a sudden, and I understand the Sixers with their injury problems, I get it, but to drop that precipitously, like they're down. If they lose to the Knicks both games this weekend, they'll be behind the Pacers in the 8th spot.
Yeah, I wonder what it would cost.
It'd be interesting bringing Bosa into Philly after everything he was
Bosa?
talking
Can you
smack with
imagine?
the Eagles fans.
He would not. He could not last in Philly.
Listen, hey Grimesy, the Eagles are $43 million under the cap. They're number 10 in the league in that category. So they got, I mean, the Washington Commanders are the number one, have the most money under the cap, $91 million under the cap. The Patriots are 2, Titans 3, Texans 4, Bears 5 at $62 million, Cardinals 6 at $56 million, Colts, Bengals, Lions, and Eagles, respectively. Right.
Yeah.
So tomorrow starts the unofficial free agency. They call it what do they call it? Non-legal.
Illegal
Illegal
tampering.
tampering, which is so stupid. Just call it what it is. It's free agency. Hey, how about Camden? Grimesy, Camden won the group 2. Wow, you're just yeah. Right. It's a travesty. And I'll tell you what, the Manasquan boys team was in attendance at the game last night, and they gave the Camden team a standing ovation. Now, yesterday, Mike Carlin, right here on the program, said that if he thinks that the school should have maybe done maybe the athletic director, the head coach, the superintendent should have said, "Look, we lost the game fair and square," and return it. But I don't know in my recollection in sports, has a team. There's been several teams have been ripped off by officials at the end of the game, and it's never been overturned. I mean, the other team doesn't say, "Oh, well, the referee made a bad call. We'll give you the championship." Well, it's a travesty. Now, today we had Scott Benson on yesterday, and you text me when I called him Chuck. This is a Freudian slip. But we had Scott Benson on, the head coach of the Mainland High School girls basketball team, who's up in Toms River taking on Chatham today. Did you go to the Ocean City Mainland boys game last week? See that grind, like a youth movement. See when you're Mark Grimes, you don't get left out. Like there was only 500 tickets, but Grimes, you got to sell a ticket.
Oh, of course, the Grimes has got to be there.
Yeah. All right, we got the MAC tournament is going to be back in Atlantic City starting next week. We got to get down there. I mean, 2 years ago, that St. Pete's run, that was fun. And that's a great tournament down there, Grimesy. All right, Grimesy, we're going to let you go. You're my agent at the beach. We always appreciate you having you in here and on location with us. Next week, we're going to be at Realty Remediation. How about all the stuff they're giving away down there next week, Grimesy? You want me to tell some of you're a realtor, tell some of your people to get down there. Everybody that shows up will receive one free pest control for people in our listening area. Out of all those people, they're going to pick 4 people will get a free year's worth of pest control services. That includes 3 regular visits with any issues between services, which include ants, spiders, crickets, silverfish, mice, and all general pest control. One person, Grimes, you get a load of this. One person will receive free termite treatment and preventive maintenance with an active problem for 1 year renewable service. Is that unbelievable? Well, you know what, Dan? Guess what? Everybody has a problem with ants down here. Right? All right. And then also, I mean, the list goes on and on, Grimes. You think he's giving away 2 Phillies tickets to the Giants game on Saturday, May 5th, row 5, section 116, which is 5 rows up from first base, plus 2 Blue Claws tickets, a pair of Blue Claws for 5 games. All right, Mark Grimes. I don't know. Houston's got the inside track, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Did you see that? Did you see the Duke game last night? Would they throw water on like the Dukies, man? They were getting a little. What they think they're in Wake Forest? All right, Grimes, you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, there he is, Mark Grimes with the Tom Sawyer Volkswagen Sports Hotline. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schweim, my locker room youth movement, producer Danny Ryan, and the intern Andrew Leeds, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. On Monday's show, it's the start of NFL legal tampering. Whatever that means, players are going to be switching teams, and we'll be discussing Sixers-Flyers weekend. Plus, 4 more chances for you to qualify for a trip to see the Phillies play the Orioles at Camden Yards in Baltimore.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number 1.
Hi, this is Brian Propp, Flyer Hall of Famer. My wife Eileen and I opened a new health business in Marlton, New Jersey called Prime IV Hydration and Wellness.
Prime IV offers a range of IV hydration therapies designed to enhance your well-being, appearance, and performance. Look better, feel better, and perform better. Did you know that when you take oral vitamins, you only get 20 to 30% of the nutrient? IV therapy provides 100% absorption immediately into your bloodstream. Call us today at 856-545-1122 to get a free consult from our registered nurses. Again, 856-545-1122 to book your appointment or follow us on Facebook.
Black mold, white mold, what you gonna do? Realty Remediation's here for you.
For a free home inspection, call 609-525-0111. Ask for Rob McNair or Stephen Weinstein. Financing available. They'll check your crawl space, basement, and again your living space with a free estimate. Don't let mold ruin your home and do damage to wood or cause illness to your family. Call Realty Remediation 609-525-0111 today.
Black mold, white mold, what you gonna do? Realty Remediation's here for you.
I'm embarrassed to say this. I've been using deodorant on my armpits for 30 years, and anytime I noticed odor anywhere else, I thought I needed another shower, I wasn't clean, or I felt like there was something wrong with me. And then my gynecologist told me about Lumi. It's a whole body deodorant for pits, feet, and privates that controls odor anywhere and everywhere on your body. Since Lumi, I never have to worry about body odor ever again, anywhere on my body. And that reassurance is worth every penny.
There's a special. Use code 100 and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code 300. LUME deodorant.com, code 300 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I am so sure you're going to love it. Or return it for free. That's LUME deodorant.com, code 300 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. LUME deodorant.com, code 300.
Hi, Mike Gill here, looking for the car of your dreams? Well, lucky you. You don't have to drive to Turnersville or Maple Shade to find it. Just go see my friend Rocco at Key Acura of Atlantic City. We'll get you into an Acura Integra A-Spec for $379 a month for 48 months with just $29.99 down. That's it. No additional charges or hidden fees. So go see Rocco at Key Acura, Tilton Road, EHT, the small but friendly dealer with convenient Saturday service hours. Online at KeyAcuraofAtlanticCity.com. See dealer for details.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Article Studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Andrew Leeds, the intern. Ryan producer. This is the song for the police. I might take a police song.
That's what I was thinking. This might be able to.
There's so many. I mean, this is a great song. Yeah, no, they got. I could do Grateful Dead. U.S. Blues.
If you picked a police song, that would have to be one that, like, is just like, it's this number one pick from the police. If you just pick your favorite,
Right. Yeah, but these are like the greatest songs ever. A song that goes up against Nicky Earnshaw. That's all it is.
He's been coming with some heat recently.
He brought some heat.
I mean, Mr. Brightside. What was the Can't Stop?
Yeah.
Was there a third one he picked?
His first one was "We Found Love" by Rihanna.
Oh,
which
that's
I
a
feel
great
was-
one too.
It's a good one, but for like this type of competition, I didn't think
Didn't get the love it
was-
deserved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't going to stand a chance.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Texas, who are you more disappointed in? The Eagles or the Sixers? Eagles or Sixers?
Yeah, mine has to be
Ron,
the
you
Eagles.
said Eagles.
It's
You're
got to
Eagles
be.
too?
The Sixers are just so injury riddled. Like I said, Robert Covington, when's the last time he's at the floor? D'Anthony Melton might have a spine issue, which could be really bad. They're going to reevaluate him in 2 weeks. So this team, and obviously the big one, Joel Embiid, Maxey now out with a concussion. So they just really have been unlucky. They've been very injury riddled. And I think that, the Eagles, they had a few injuries, but they just completely and utterly collapsed in front of our eyes. It was a coaching issue. It was a talent. It was a effort issue.
I think it's something deeper than that. How about that?
Well, I think it was
Definitely
too.
could be.
I mean, that coincides with the coaching and the effort they were putting out there. I mean, they just completely gave up. They did not show up in Tampa.
Yeah, and whether it's fair or not, like I said earlier, something about it, just the way these organizations have been. I have more faith in the Eagles than the Sixers at this point.
Right.
So when they do let me down, it always hits a little harder than
Right.
like the Sixers. They haven't made the NBA Finals in 25 years.
This is what we
almost.
expect from the Sixers at this point. If they don't collapse now, they'll
Exactly.
collapse in the playoffs.
I don't know
So-
if that's fair, but that's just the way I view
So
it.
let me ask you this question then. Do you think Joel Embiid can win it? Can he win a championship here in Philly?
Man,
what do you think of the odds of that happening?
I want to say yes, and I do think it's possible.
I mean, the guy's
However,
an MVP player.
Yeah, he's one of the best players in all of basketball when he can play, and that's the issue. It's when he can play, and this franchise hasn't been able to. I mean, they got Tyrese Maxey, but they've never really been able to build like a great supporting cast for him. And with the injuries and the age getting up there, it's becoming less and less likely. I'm gonna say I don't see it happening, unfortunately, but I think it can.
What do you think there, Danny?
I don't know. It's so tough with Embiid because if it's not a knee issue, if it's not one of his chronic injuries, then it's some freak injury. Someone elbows him in the skull and he has to wear, a mask and can barely. It's just, it seems like this guy is a magnet for injuries.
How many times have we said this? Like, even my daughter, I mean, she started saying this when she was 6 years old.
I think you had a
She's
little
eight
bit of influence on it, but yeah.
No, but I mean, I do, but she's the one that called. She heard Uncle Bobby say, but he's a human mop. How many times have we seen him on the floor? Remember, he's 7'2", so when he falls, it's pretty hard. It's,
Well, that's the thing.
he's going down hard.
She wouldn't keep bringing it up if he wasn't falling every single time up the
Exactly.
floor. Yeah. No, I have to agree with Andrew. I don't think I can see him getting us to the pinnacle and winning a championship. I just don't think his body will hold up, in the long haul. You heard from Patrick Beverley how he was putting numbing spray and numbing cream on his knees just to get through the third quarter. He goes, It's not like he was playing just 3 quarters because he wanted to. That's all he had. He would play 4 quarters if he could. So, Embiid needs to understand that he has to pace himself throughout a long season. He can't be giving 100% max effort in the first 50 games of the year when all that matters is the playoffs at this point in his career. He's not trying to get an MVP. He's not trying to get a scoring title. So why would you go give max effort in regular season games?
So then it goes
and burn yourself out.
You have that you have to play in so many games to be eligible to win MVP. And maybe he was trying to do that.
Yeah, but at this point, I get it. If you happen to be healthy enough to get MVP and get that minimum 65 games, so be it. But if not, who cares? Don't you want a championship more anyways?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Joel Embiid, that's what I want more. He's got the MVP.
And the main thing for me that also at the end of the day, it's so difficult to win a championship. I mean, you think of all of the all-time greats. It's not even an indictment on Embiid that I say he's not going to win a championship. Think of all of the all-time greats that never got a ring. I mean, you got Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony. So many great players.
At least Allen Iverson brought us to the promised land. He just couldn't. It wasn't him.
That's fair.
But
yeah.
I mean, 2001 against the Lakers, that team was stacked.
Yeah,
Kobe
no, he
Bryant,
gave it his
Shaq,
all.
right?
But he did give it his all. But at the same time, there's so many legends that just don't ever get to that point. And unfortunately, I think Joel Embiid's going to end up right with all of them.
Jeez, I hope not, man.
I would
It's
love
such
to
a
see
waste.
it. Yeah.
And then that'll be the end of the process.
Wouldn't it be ironic though if he comes back late March, early April? He's clearly 100% healthy. That knee's feeling great, and this is the year he gets us. I'm not going to go as far to say a championship, but out of the second round. I mean, it'd just be ironic. The 1 year he's the most beat up, he gets us out of the second round.
I'd love to see it.
All right, hour 1 is in the books. How fast did that go by? Unbelievable.
Flies by.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Who are you more disappointed in, the Eagles or the Sixers? 609-403-0973. On the other side, we'll talk Flyers, Phillies, and more Eagles talk. Stay with us right here. Inside the locker room with Billy Schwein. My locker room youth mover, producer Danny Ryan, intern Andrew Leeds. Right here on 97.3. Yes.
It's Sixers next tonight on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the Sixers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Kyle to Buddy Hield for 3. Out of transition. Bucket good. Triple. And Buddy Hield with 5 in a row.
Coverage begins at 6 p.m. It's Sixers basketball all season long on South Jersey's radio home for Philadelphia 76ers basketball.
Hammers it in. Are you kidding me? He rocks the rim.
97.3 ESPN.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough. our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We're told these are normal signs of aging. So working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code SUPPORT or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511. Morning Kick. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Champion Exteriors, Champion, the one you call first. Voted best of the best in Jersey Shores. For roofing and siding, windows and doors. 24-month financing, no payments, no interest. You're certified GAF elite contractors. Champion-exteriors.com. Champion Exteriors, Champion, the one you call first.
Dog parents are loving Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend Premium Dog Food.
The way she acts and the way she moves, it's just so much better. She acts like she's like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a freeze-dried raw food made with 0 artificial preservatives, so it's naturally shelf-stable with no mess, freezer, or fridge required. Plus, it's full of premium turkey, beef, salmon, and meat your dog will love.
We started with Nature's Blend. She's happy, she sleeps well, she's energetic. I am just delighted with this product.
When given the choice, Nature's Blend and Amazon's #1 bestseller in dry dog food, 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend first.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of delicious beef liver treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
You ever heard of naloxone?
Naloxone? No.
Me neither, until last night at that party. Someone yelled Jen overdosed. A guy ran up and put this spray in her nose. It was naloxone. Saved her life.
Wow. Sounds like having naloxone around is a really good idea.
Right? And anyone can get it for free at most pharmacies in New Jersey. No questions asked.
I'm definitely checking this out.
Visit StopOverdose.
Play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Welcome to the locker room. Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my locker room youth movement, producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds, as we're here on a sunny Sunday morning in March, right before the tournaments getting ready to start. March Madness is upon us. We got Phillies in spring training. We got the Sixers up in New York at Madison Square Garden, taking on the Knicks, and our own Nicky Earnshaw's on his way up there.
Just getting a press pass.
That's right.
Get some
He's gonna be
interviews.
sitting in the nosebleeds.
Chilling in the bleeds.
You going to opening day, Billy?
So I'm going to be giving away I'm not going to go.
Okay.
I've got 2 tickets for opening day on March 23rd, Saturday, March 23rd. We're going to give those tickets away, so people want to
There
stay
you go.
tuned for that. Also, I want to remind people that if you get down to really remediation next Saturday, we're doing our live broadcast. They're giving away 2 tickets away to people that fill out a card. Well, everybody that fills out a card will receive 1 free pest control to anybody in our listening area. And then he's also giving away 2 free Phillies tickets for the Giants game on Saturday, May 5th, section 116, rows 5. Now, row 5, and that's right up from first base. But we kind of like talked a little bit about the Flyers, but I want to kind of get down and break it down because yesterday, what I saw, and you know, I played a lot of hockey. If a goalie can't see the puck, he can't stop the puck. All right?
You don't say.
If you can't see it, you can't stop it.
I mean, it sounds obvious, but I get what you're saying.
It's not that hard. Like last night in Tampa Bay, Ursa, there was what I watched in the replays. If you go back to the replay, there was guys screening Ursa. He couldn't even see it. They weren't even knocking him out. You gotta work those guys in the front, get them out, clear the crease, clear the front of the net.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna just let all that congestion kind of build up, you're not doing your goalie any favors. So got to try to clear that as best as you can, whether it comes to being a little physical, you know.
And I think, you know what I think? Tell me if I'm wrong with this, Andrew and Danny. I think I don't know if it affected this team. I'm just surmising here, but all these rumors, especially with the Flyers, are they sellers? Are they buyers? They're not going to do anything to they're not going to try to make a move. For the sake of making, they're not going to rent a player, basically.
Hunter Brody was upset with their deadline moves.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, he was livid.
But I think after the trade deadline, they just beat the Panthers, which is arguably the best team in the NHL.
Yeah.
Then the trading deadline passes, and they only lost one. They lost Walker, basically, right?
You got a first-round pick for him, though.
But still. But all the other guys that made it, I think it was like a collective sigh of relief, and then they let their guard down.
Yeah, you're thinking they got a little too comfortable.
You think you believe in that?
I could definitely see it being the case. I mean, especially, you know, I don't think it should be something that'll affect them long term, you know, going into the rest of the season. But I could see, you know, this is what, a day after the trade deadline.
How hurt is Tippett?
Yeah, I gotta look into that. I saw that he went down. I'm gonna look it up right now to see if there's any more information.
That was a big game last night, Danny Ryan. They needed to win or at least get a point out of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough stretch. You know, Tampa Bay is not a team to really sneeze at, and obviously they played the best team in the NHL and beat them in just 20 seconds left in the third period with Garnet Hathaway. So, I mean, that was a big win right there. That was a really intense 3 periods of hockey, and they could have just been worn down. And like you said, too, just a sigh of relief that, you know, they're safe, they're staying in Philadelphia, and their position is solidified for the rest of the year. They could have got comfortable, and, you know, I mean, they're on the road, too. It's not like it's easy with this road trip. They got 2 games in 3 days, and, you know, both teams were very, you know, at least in playoff contention. The one team best in the NHL, Tampa Bay, still kind of fighting for a spot, but both very good teams.
Well, right now they're in the Wild. The Tampa Bay Lightning is in the Wild. If the playoffs were to start today, they'd be in the playoffs with the wild card.
Yeah, we'll see if that holds up like the Flyers.
You're talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning, who not too far removed from winning Stanley Cup. They had some really good teams over the last few years.
They have, and so they're a talented bunch.
Hedman had a great game last night. He's one of their big guns.
Yeah, I mean, it seems anybody that was not in a Flyers uniform had a great game last night.
7-0.
That's bad. I mean, you got literally boat raced on the road. You know, granted in Tampa Bay's stadium, but it was not a good showing from the Fly guys. That's for sure.
I mean, 7-0, and Tortorella gets kicked out last night. First of all, how many times do you see a coach get kicked out of a hockey game?
Yeah, it doesn't. Apparently, that was only the 3rd time in his career with somebody as explosive as Tortorella is.
Right?
You would think he would have a high number. I mean, Greg Popovich gets ejected like 5 times a year.
Well, basketball coaches
they get ejected all the time.
more often than. But hockey coaches don't. Like, what could he? And then he didn't want to leave the bench. All the Tortorella wanted to do was talk to the referee, and he was a coward. He wouldn't come over and talk to him.
Well, he was screaming some explicitives to him.
You know what? Like, okay, like
he was going in.
Like,
once he got ejected,
all hockey players they pretty much every other word out of their mouth begins with an F.
Yeah, if it's not,
right.
If it's not that type of word out of their mouth, it's a tooth out of their mouth. Yeah.
So. And how about Couturier dropping the gloves?
I mean, it's a scrappy bunch, Billy.
I love
this team.
I love
They brought
Delorier.
energy back to Flyers hockey. You know, before they always had some talent. What was it? 2020, they had a decent bunch. We went to the playoffs, didn't go
That was
far,
in a
but
bubble, wasn't it?
yeah, and it was different too. Like this team, they fight for each other. You know, Tortorella has rallied these guys to the point where they're literally going to drop gloves, do whatever they have to do. Just even if they're losing as badly as they were, they're not going to go down easy.
I mean, they get Eric Johnson, and he gets 20 minutes on the ice last night.
Oh boy, some breaking news. Mac Jones traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow.
Really?
I mean, he's going to be a backup, but still.
Yeah, no, he's backing up Trevor Lawrence, but wow.
No official compensation
Jerry
yet.
Jeudy just went to the Browns?
Yes.
Who
traded to
just
Cleveland.
came out with that?
Adam Schefter. The two
Schefter.
sides were discussing
Yep,
a
it is.
6th round pick. So
Scott Lawton doesn't get traded. He probably took his foot off the gas a little bit last night after, beating the Panthers. I just think that you think that affect. I mean, they're human just like everybody else. Do you think that affects them, Danny?
yeah, 100%. I mean, you're worried about if you're going to have to fly across the country and completely relocate your wife and, if you have kids, your entire family. And it's not an easy thing. Like, we kind of just throw these pieces around like they're just, I don't know, video game players. They're not real. No, these are real human beings. And, a letdown like that against a decent team, I'm not too worried about. Kind of, alarming they got shut out, especially on the road against a team they're kind of level with, at least in the standings.
Right.
But I think they'll bounce back. Like I said, 2 games in 3 days. They're going to be coming back home to face the Sharks and then the Maple Leafs. So I think they'll get back on track. I can't get a feel for this team if they're going to make the playoffs, though. I really can't. Obviously, I hope they do, and I hope to see some Flyers playoff hockey, but
I don't know. I think
can they be consistent
I
enough?
do believe Owen Tippett's okay. I think he might have even came back out of the game based off what I'm seeing, but he blocked a shot with his right foot and then did not look okay after that. Looked like he might have done something seriously to his foot, but I think he ended up being all right. So at least we have Tippett.
The Flyers' schedule is let's look at it here real quick. The Flyers schedule.
They have the Sharks on Tuesday.
They have the Sharks on Tuesday.
Then they have the Maple Leafs on Thursday at home. Then they travel to Boston to face the Bruins next Saturday.
They can't beat the Bruins.
And then they face the Maple Leafs at home again next Tuesday. And then the Hurricanes next Thursday in Carolina.
Which the Hurricanes, they improved their roster by getting Erkson, or what's his name? Russia, I have a problem with Russian names.
I'm not good with names. I'll look it up. Hurricanes.
Yeah, they just got, and Chief was telling me the one guy's he's been in and out of rehab for the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
I don't know,
I'm not really a
when you're
big
dealing
hockey
with
guy
that,
with
you
their
know,
roster.
Are you talking about Jake Gunsell?
No, Etzel. Yeah, they just got Etzel, and they got who else they pick up?
Let me check. I'm looking
Etzel
it up right
and Kuznetsov. Anyway,
I'm looking it up.
The Carolina Panthers. I mean, they won a Stanley. Did they win a Stanley Cup not too long ago?
The Hurricanes?
Yeah.
Did they?
I think Panthers, he said.
Yeah, you did say the Carolina Panthers on
See,
accident. But
sorry about that. That's
No,
why I
I
have
think
you young
you-
guys here to straighten me out.
yeah, I'm trying to
Gotta keep an eye on you. What'd you do without us?
I don't know. But I got to tell you, man, if the
Last time the Hurricanes won was 2006.
2006. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, we'll see if this team makes the playoffs. We all, I think, can predict they're not going to go too far. They're definitely a talented group of guys, but they're still growing. A lot of young guys on this team with a few veterans. Obviously, Eric Johnson they picked up, and the defensemen are, for majority of them, veterans aside from the younger guys. So we'll see if they can make a magical run. I doubt it. As the team has said, they're not telling the players this, but the idea is they're going to work for 2025 and beyond. So we'll see.
So I looked up the Carolina Hurricanes, and I do not know how to pronounce this.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Kuznetsov?
Kuznetsov. That's it.
Evgeny Kuznetsov.
Kuznetsov. I think he's the one that has problems.
Yeah, I mean, his name has some problems for me. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but
Billy, I got to ask you though.
What?
Saquon Barkley. How do you
Well,
feel
we're
about
on the
that?
other side? We're going to talk.
Yeah,
about
we
some
can save it, but
Eagles football.
how do you feel about that? Does that intrigue you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll get
But
it.
you know what? We'll get into all that on the other side.
Yeah.
We'll talk Eagles football, a little bit more six. And we got to get the Phillies lineup is out. It's for a spring training game, but we'll talk about a little Phillies baseball.
Cowboys have interest in Saquon as well. That could be interesting.
We'll get into all that on the other side. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. You get down there and say, hey, I heard you guys on the Locker Room. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, my Locker Room Youth Movement producer, Danny Ryan, and the intern, Andrew Leeds, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small. Can't wake up without it. Brought to you by the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hey, everybody, Tim Chu with ticksforgood.org. How would you like to go to the Final Four? That's right, at ticksforgood.org, we are giving away 2 tickets to the men's basketball Final Four in Phoenix, Arizona. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can enter to win 2 tickets to the men's basketball Final Four in Phoenix, Arizona, round-trip airfare, and 3 nights accommodations. This prize is brought to us locally by Tri-City Kitchens, South Jersey's leader in custom cabinetry. Visit ticksforgood.org to learn how to win.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
You ever heard of naloxone?
Naloxone? No.
Me neither, until last night at that party. Someone yelled Jen overdosed. A guy ran up and put this spray in her nose. It was naloxone. Saved her life.
Wow. Sounds like having naloxone around is a really good idea.
Right? And anyone can get it for free at most pharmacies in New Jersey. No questions asked.
I'm definitely checking this out.
Visit stopoverdoses.nj.gov to see how you can get naloxone free from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
You're listening to The Room with Billy Schwein. Free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Studio right here at Northfield. Billy Schwein, my Locker Room Youth Movement producer, Danny Ryan, the intern, Andrew Leeds. Hey, by the way, yesterday I went down to I had lunch at Dazzo's. I'm telling you, they have the best lobster bisque you'll ever eat in your life. I'll put up against any big time seafood place anywhere in South Jersey.
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's great.
It's phenomenal.
I could mess up.
Mary Ann gave me. I went down there. She gave some to my mom, and I took the rest of them.
Yeah, here you go, Mom. I'm gonna take the rest.
A couple spoonfuls. Yeah. But no, it's unbelievable. The best lobster bisque you'll ever have.
I mean, you got to do it right, though. Like, you can't have too creamy of a lobster bisque. You can't have not enough lobster in there. I'm sure they did it the right way.
I'm telling you guys, you got to get down there. All right.
Getting hungry.
Let's talk some Eagles football. You just said that Mac Jones was traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Back to his hometown.
Jerry Jeudy went to the Browns last night. Hassan Reddick and Sweat's on the trading block.
Football's coming back, baby.
The draft is in the end of April.
It only took a month after the Super Bowl, but we're starting to ramp things up. I mean,
free agency starts officially on Wednesday.
They're also reportedly interested in Bryce Huff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, they're going to have to replace these edge rushers if they trade him for picks. And I assume that's what they're going to get, right?
Now with being $43 million under the cap.
Howie's got some flexibility.
He's got really no excuse.
And this is before he restructures any contracts like he loves to do to free up some space.
Cam Jurgens moves to center, right?
Yep.
So that means they need a guard.
Could always look at
They've
the draft.
got I think they have 3 picks in the first 2 rounds. They've got 9 overall.
22, 50, and 53.
That's right.
So
could he get creative and do a little movement up or down? Or is there anybody like all right, so you guys, what is the biggest need right now?
For me, the biggest need is probably safety. I mean, our safeties last year to just shore up. I mean, secondary as a whole. I mean, Bradbury.
But some big name safeties got cut last week too.
Oh yeah, dude. Justin Simmons from the Broncos, Xavier McKinney from the Giants,
Quandre Diggs, Jordan Poyer, Jamal Adams. Even though he's more of a linebacker,
so
I have no interest in him.
This team could retool very easily if you get the right guys. Because, and Vic Fangio, obviously, it's an upgrade from what they had last year.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Desai, what was he doing?
Yeah, and then
he's
Patricia.
Better than Patricia, though.
Yeah.
Patricia really, I mean, he was a big part of the collapse.
So that's in our rearview mirror. And I think they don't, because the Eagles never valued the linebacker position.
No. I hope Howie does this offseason. Like,
he's going to have to.
He's going. I mean, look at all the teams that went far in the playoffs. They all had a pretty decent linebacker in their secondary. Obviously, you hear the 49ers with Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner. Who was the Chiefs linebacker? I'm blanking right now.
Willie Gay. I mean, I think he's a free agent actually, but I know there's somebody else that I'm missing.
The Detroit Lions had pretty good linebackers with Campbell over there. So I mean,
and by the way, they're the 9th team in the league in cap space.
Nick Bolton,
45.
That's right. Bolton.
Willie Gay, like you said. I mean, it helps when you have 2 stud cornerbacks.
So do you think
the
Eagles go do this through free agency and try to retool through the free agency, or are they going to do it through the draft?
I don't know. That's where I get kind of worried because I trust Howie Roseman with plenty of flexibility, with the cap, and he's great in free agency. Typically, that's what his history shows. So if he can make a few splashes in free agency, bring in 2 decent cornerbacks, maybe 1 decent cornerback, draft another. I just worry about him when it comes to the draft.
Right.
Like, he doesn't have a slam dunk pick this year. He's got 22 overall, then 50, then 53. There's been some, smoke about Jeremiah Trotter possibly coming to Philadelphia. I would like that. I'm interested to see how he would fit in Vic Fangio's system, but he's got to be very aggressive in free agency because he just has to recognize that he's not the best at evaluating, talent in the draft and those prospects coming out of college.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that because also, I mean, this team still has the foundations of a contender. And when you have the foundations of a team that can go out and can compete,
they don't.
Exactly. But that's why I think you got to get some proven guys like bring back CJ Gardner-Johnson, bring in Xavier McKinney, bring in a Bryce Huff if we're going to trade Reddick or Sweat.
So you think they're obviously so what are their let's say the 3 biggest needs: linebacker, safety, offensive line.
No, I would say defensive line or cornerback over offensive line.
Offensive line, Carter, Jordan Davis.
Well, yeah, but you might not have you might have no edge rushers.
Graham's back,
and Fletcher Cox might retire. We still don't know what he's going to be.
You might not have any edge rushers if they trade both Sweat and Reddick.
What about Nolan Smith? I mean,
I hope he blossoms.
He was non-existent.
I mean, he didn't get a ton of playing time though. Let's be honest. You got to give a guy consistent.
Josh Sweat played more Sweats. More Sweat. Josh Sweat played more snaps than he's ever played in his life.
Yeah, and he wasn't great.
Sure.
He obviously part of the system.
So what's that say about Nolan Smith?
I think he needs more minutes. You got to give him consistent minutes out there, or else he's not going to be able to.
Why? So Danny, answer my question. Why wasn't he getting it? Because he wasn't. Because the coaching staff didn't believe it and trust him.
They probably didn't want a young guy out there when they think they're a Super Bowl caliber roster, and then all of a sudden they collapse and they weren't that anymore. I don't know why.
There was a rumor. There was a rumor that came out, you guys, about how the Nick Sirianni played his favorites or gave the veterans. Well, no joke, really. You win a Super Bowl and you're part of a Super Bowl winning team, and you have 5 or 6 guys left from that team on your. Of course, they're going to get preferential treatment.
I don't think that's that crazy of an idea that they're going to get a little bit
is that
treated.
big news?
I don't think it should be. I think that's just people trying to, cause something in the dead of the offseason, to get some headlines.
I mean, everyone's looking for an answer as to what was the sole reason, the sole person responsible for the collapse last season, and it was a joint effort on that collapse. You're not going to find one thing. It was just, a domino effect. It got really bad, and they couldn't come back from it.
And we're also talking about why Nolan Smith didn't get snaps last year. Did the defensive coaches not think that he could handle it? Well, clearly the defensive head coaches didn't know what they were doing. I mean, Sean Desai and Pat Patricia, who's to say that he wasn't playing great, but they just, they're the type of guys that just, we got to play our veterans. We don't, like Danny said, we don't want a rookie. It doesn't matter if he's more talented. We just, we'd rather take the more experienced players. So I'm going to give it a shot with Vic Fangio.
Yeah, he needs more snaps.
Exactly.
This guy, Cooper Deshaun, from a defensive back from Iowa. I like this kid.
A lot of people do.
He's speed.
Been connected to the Eagles a few times. A lot of people would like to see how we get him.
Right.
Where do you think he's going to go?
How about Nate Wiggins from Clemson, the quarterback?
He's a fast guy.
He's 6'2", 185 pounds, but he's got speed.
There's a lot of talent. Just can Howie not try and go for the outside the box pick?
So if this is a pass, if this is a passing league and a quarterback league, what counteract? You got to have a pass rush, and you got to have defensive backs that can cover.
We do not have that right
now. We don't have it.
No. I mean, even with Reddick and Sweat, the pass rush, it was non-existent last year. And for the final, 7 games.
Also, we can't forget Vontae Maddox did get released this past week. I mean, I know he's been off the field with injuries.
And they're saying they might want to bring him back.
Yeah,
I would honestly love to bring him back on a cheaper deal.
Yeah.
I know
if you get a cheaper deal, get him. If he's often injured, but still, if you get him for a bargain basement price.
Yeah. I mentioned this on Friday. I'm fine bringing him back as long as you prioritize him as a depth piece. You cannot rely on him to be a huge piece in your secondary. He's not reliable. I mean, he's played 14 games the past 3 seasons, I believe. You can't rely on that guy to be your consistent slot corner.
Yeah, and at best, he's a good slot corner, but I mean, he can't be our cornerback too.
No.
Which honestly, if we brought him back, I mean, I think I think he's better than Bradbury was, which that can't be the case where he's our second best.
Right.
On the roster.
What do you guys? Give me your grade on Blankenship's play last year. Remember, he led the team in defense in tackles. But that being said, you don't want your safety leading your team in tackles.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing.
It was so bad. I don't know if it was a lack of effort or if they really just had no clue where they had to be, where they were supposed to be in the secondary. But Reed Blankenship seemed to be the only guy that was, actually with a pulse out there.
Yeah, but
I was gonna say, I feel like he had if I was to give it a grade, at least,
and he always got hurt too. You never know. I mean, he
always get hurt, but he always would come back on the field. I feel like so.
He was banged up last year. Would you say that?
Sure. For sure. And I mean, I feel like you gotta take under the fact that he is an undrafted guy who they never, he had to get to this point to even be a starter in the league. I would say I'd give him maybe a B. I feel like he was pretty solid.
What do you give him, Danny?
And he's undrafted. I think he's exceeded his expectations.
Oh, for sure.
I'll give him a B+. He didn't do great. Nobody in the secondary did great though, but he led the team in tackles, and
that's not.
He seemed to be the only guy that had urgency out there.
I know, but that's not a good
you
thing.
Can't blame it on
is leading the team.
No, but it's not his problem.
No, it isn't.
There's a bigger problem there.
By the way, you remember how last year, not this year, 2 years ago, basically 2 football seasons. Remember Singleton, who went to the Broncos?
Oh, now he's a great linebacker.
Right. You believe this? I would rip him. I saw, by the way, when I was out at Radio Row in Las Vegas with Mike Gill and Scott Grayson, I saw that guy everywhere, and I just wanted to go up to him. And he had this cheesy, he had this man bun.
Still got the long hair. Yep.
Yeah, with a man bun, and he had a pretty hot girlfriend.
They could use
with
Singleton
him.
right now.
But he leaves. He was the kind of guy that would make tackles 10 yards down the field and get up like he stuffed somebody in a goal line.
Oh yeah.
But and it wasn't like a great hit. He just got the guy down. But then he goes to Denver and he plays out. He plays lights out.
That's just how it is in Philadelphia, baby. That's just how it is. TJ Edwards, you let him walk for cheap. He goes to Chicago, and he's one, obviously a big contributor in that secondary as a linebacker. So Howie Roseman needs to prioritize somebody, I believe, in free agency, unless you want to go for a Trotter Jr. or somebody of equal talent in the draft. I mean, you could probably get a guy like that around 50 or 53 in the second round. Yeah. Maybe it seemed like just for
even
him.
though the Eagles and Howie Roseman have 3 picks in the first 2 rounds, they're low draft picks. They're not.
Yeah, none of them are particularly high in
So
second
maybe
round.
could you package and move up?
He might. I mean, he's always active.
Yeah, he never just sits still during draft
But
night.
there's nobody on this because you're drafted 22nd in the first round. You have no expectations of landing I don't know. Is there any expectation?
There's nobody really on my
when you
radar.
look at these mock drafts, they're all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. There's nobody on my radar who I'm like, oh, the Eagles should definitely target this guy, and that should be like, there's guys I'd like to see coming to Philly. I mean, Cooper DeJean, we mentioned, I wouldn't mind that.
Eldrin Cooper from Texas A&M, kid 6'2", 230 pounds. His strength, he can move sideline to sideline well, but can he cover?
Cole from LBI chimes in and says, safety and edge rusher are the most important positions the Eagles need to nail in free agency. Safety because Slay and Bradbury are older, and you need someone who can play the deep ball. Then add a nickel, cornerback, or linebacker.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Is Mariota coming back as a backup?
I doubt it.
I think.
Would you bring him back?
I don't really care to bring him back. I mean, not that he was awful or anything, but I mean,
But
Tanner McKee looked just as good, I feel like, in the preseason.
I mean, he had to come in for, to spell Jalen Hurts was banged up this year, man. And he by the way, for all the things we heard about Jalen Hurts, he didn't have surgery or anything on his knee.
Yeah, I was expecting for that bomb to drop.
For them to make for the rumor being around that his knee is in bad shape, for us not to hear of any he hasn't any surgery to repair anything. So how bad was it?
All we've heard is that he shaved his goatee, and everybody's upset about it because
is that right?
He does not look great with the clean face.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
Yeah, but no, I don't know what happened with the knee. I mean, it seemed like that was a huge.
Have we heard anything? We haven't heard anything.
No,
I haven't heard nothing about that knee. So
was it an excuse?
No, I honestly, I think that's why the run game was so off this season, because everyone kind of knew it wasn't a threat for him to run. And then he started running more towards the end of the season, I guess, as it got healthier. But
great segue, Danny.
He never looked great, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, he didn't.
He always looked uncomfortable
He looked
out there.
uncomfortable. Great segue, Danny.
Thanks.
Saquon Barkley. Saquon. You like him? You want to bring him here?
I mean,
the right price, I would, but if he wants like 11, 12 million, I don't want him.
Yeah, but I heard it will only be $4 million against the cap.
It depends. I mean, it depends on exactly the money, because also the injury issue has been an issue for him.
Is he the kind of, if you get a guy like Barkley, there's no excuses. He's a great running back. You got to run the ball. How many times all year when we were at Tropicana for our pregame show, Eagles pregame show, what did Scott Gracie say before every game? And he says it all the time. Got to run the ball, and he'll turn the ball over, and then the third variable, right?
Yeah, whatever is like the most relevant.
If you get Saquon Barkley, you're going to have to run the ball.
Well, let me ask you this.
Because if you're a defensive coordinator and the Eagles have Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, etc.,
it's all
Dallas Goedert.
See, obviously, you mentioned the biggest concern with Saquon Barkley. It's his injury history. So, if you have a choice between the crop of running backs in the free agent market right now, which is Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, obviously, you could get him at a cheap price tag probably. But if I'll give you this option between Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley. I was asking people this on Friday. Who would you rather come to the Eagles? But look at Derrick Henry's history, though. He's more durable. I mean, if you put him behind that offensive line,
isn't he older? He's a little older. He's got more miles.
You wouldn't sign him to a long contract. Running backs don't get that anyways.
Yeah, but the Eagles don't. How many carries do you think he's going to, if he comes to Philadelphia, he's going to
I don't know, but
15?
Thing is, though, I'd rather have a healthy Derrick Henry on the field as a battering ram than Saquon Barkley, who's injured by week 5.
You see, my main problem with Derrick Henry is that he doesn't bring that much to the receiving game.
No, he doesn't. You'd have to get a second running back probably.
Which I think the Eagles offense should be. I feel like, having a running back who can get the ball.
It'll be a defensive coordinator's nightmare if the Eagles get Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
It'll be right?
I mean, if healthy, he would be a great addition to the team. It's just, that's my one concern. You sign this guy for, let's say, 2 years.
Do you think that DeAndre Swift, he had 1,000 yards, 1,000 plus, was it 1,050 or so? It wasn't much over 1,000. But I don't even think they used him right. Because at the end of the season, they stopped running the ball.
They really didn't pass him the ball much at all.
That was what I was
everyone was talking about, let's get DeAndre
Swift
the ball
in Philadelphia for Christmas' sake.
For Christmas' sake.
Right?
Yeah.
I like that. He's
Well,
playing for his hometown team.
That's the other part of this, too. Like, would you just rather bring him back for like $3 or $4 million?
Yes.
He has vision problems, but still.
Vision problems?
He can't see open pockets, behind the offense.
Oh, right.
From time to time. It's not like it's all the time. He makes some shifty moves and can move in space, but I mean, he got over 1,000 yards behind this offensive line. I wouldn't hate bringing him back for a small price tag if it means, though,
but their running
game
was non-existent after week 12.
Let's be honest. Brian Johnson, he didn't know what he was doing out there. He was running college plays every single game. It was like the definition of insanity. We talked about it ad nauseum.
Yep, we did.
Just a huge lack of creativity.
All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store. When you get down there, tell them I said hi. The locker room said hello. All right, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. When you're Italian to move for Italian-American seafood, you got to get down to La Scala's. It opened in Brigantine last summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian-American and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. Hey, every Thursday night is Brigantine night. Live music from 6 to 9 p.m. One free signature pizza per table. Drink specials include $2 Miller Lite, $3 Peroni, $4 house wines. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll continue more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein and my locker room youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan and intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill on Monday's show. It's the start of NFL legal tampering. Whatever that means, players are going to be switching teams, and we'll be discussing Sixers-Flyers weekend. Plus, 4 more chances for you to qualify for a trip to see the Phillies play the Orioles at Camden Yards in Baltimore.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Hi, this is Brian Propp, Flyer Hall of Famer. My wife Eileen and I opened a new health business in Marlton, New Jersey called Prime IV Hydration and Wellness.
Prime IV offers a range of IV hydration therapies designed to enhance your well-being, appearance, and performance. Look better, feel better, and perform better. Did you know that when you take oral vitamins, you only get 20 to 30% of the nutrient? IV therapy provides 100% absorption immediately into your bloodstream. Call us today at 856-545-1122 to get a free consult from our registered nurses. Again, 856-545-1122 to book your appointment or follow us on Facebook.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured. Camden County and Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Black mold, white mold, what you gonna do? Realty Remediation's here for you.
For a free home inspection, call 609-525-0111. Ask for Rob McNair or Stephen Weinstein. Financing available. They'll check your crawl space, basement, attic, and your living space with a free estimate. Don't let mold ruin your home and do damage to wood or cause illness to your family. Call Realty Remediation, 609-525-0111 today.
Black mold, white mold, what you gonna do? Realty Remediation's here for you.
Hi, Mike Gill here. Looking for the car of your dreams? Well, lucky you. You don't have to drive to Turnersville or Maple Shade to find it. Just go see my friend Rocco at Key Acura of Atlantic City. They'll get you into an Acura Integra A-Spec for $379 a month for 48 months with just $29.99 down. That's it. No additional charges or hidden fees. So go see Rocco at Key Acura, Tilt Road, EHT, the small but friendly dealer with convenient Saturday service hours. Online at KeyAcuraOfAtlanticCity.com. See dealer for details.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back here at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my locker room youth movement producer, Leeds, as we're listening to Synchronicity from the Leeds. Great tune. I'm considering this one as well.
Pretty good choice. I mean, I think anything will give you a good shot out of it.
He's sneaky. You won't even tell me that. Yeah.
You guys are in Schwaber leading off camp. Is that correct?
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'm in whatever works camp.
What did you say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it?
Yep.
All right, so just some numbers I want to throw out at you. Ready? Schwaber, 47 home runs, 108 runs scored. He knocked in 104, drew 126 walks, struck out 215 times. All right. His pull rate is what's a pull rate? I don't even know what's that.
Well, the rate he pulls the baseball towards the dominant field of his hand, so that'd be right field for him.
He had 433 strike two counts, 720 plate appearances. Guy strikes out a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he's a power hitter. He's like Ryan Howard. You know, he's going to strike out a lot.
When you get to the playoffs and you have,
but he walks a lot.
But in the playoffs he didn't.
I know, but I mean, a lot of the guys didn't produce in the playoffs for the final 3 games.
I mean, he also hit
just disappeared.
4 or 5 home runs in the NLCS or something. I mean,
right.
It took him a bit to get hot, but then he did get hot. Unfortunately, the team around him kind of. I mean, even he got ice cold by the end of that series. I mean, the whole start of the lineup.
Yeah, but when you have to rely on the long ball,
it's tough.
The entire team.
You're playing with fire.
But that's not just Schwarber. That's the entire team.
Well,
they all rely on.
But what's our ultimate goal? We want to win the World Series, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you got? You got to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, and they're trying to do that. That's why they're bringing a guy like Whit Merrifield.
I just don't think Schwaber should lead off. I think you should put him in a 4 or 5.
Who do you want to lead off?
Trey Turner or
Okay.
Bryson Stott.
But they did that last year.
That was last year. This is this year. They got eliminated.
Schwarber was awful. He did much worse. Well, I think they had him in the 5 hole.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
the numbers speak for themselves. That's my thing.
It's such a weird conundrum because, like, from a baseball standpoint, it makes more sense to me to have Trey Turner start and Schwarber and, like, the 4 or 5 or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, it's just something about putting Schwarber down the lineup just makes him the coldest player on earth. And I mean, Trey Turner didn't look particularly great in the leadoff spot last year. I mean, he really found his groove where he was in the lineup. So,
all right. So in the
NLCS,
Schwarber had 2 home runs. He had 3. No, wait, let's see. Hold on. In the NLCS, I'm sorry. Schwarber did not have 2 home runs.
Right.
Schwarber had 5 home runs in
the NLCS last year?
Yes.
Okay.
5 home runs. He had, 3, 4, 5 RBIs, and he walked 5 times.
And how many times he must have struck out?
No, I'm sorry. He walked 8 times. So, I mean, he didn't really disappear in the NLCS there. Towards the end, I mean, the entire team, all the important batters really did not have a good go of it. Last 2 games, I mean, he had 3 walks combined, but that was it. So, I don't know. Like I said, Billy, you just go look at the record with Kyle Schwarber batting leadoff. The numbers speak for itself. I'm all in support, though. If it's going bad, to start the season, we get to the middle of the season towards June and it's really not going great, I'm fine with switching it up. But if you're having success and you're winning games with it, then why even tweak it?
I would like to see, in a perfect world, somebody that can hit like between 280 and 310. Leading off, somebody can steal bases and have power, like Stott, like Turner, and they have speed on the bases.
You don't like him clogging the bases, I assume.
Yeah, that too.
I get that. I mean, when you see him running around, it kind of looks like a penguin
Yes,
kind of
it
waddling.
doesn't-
I mean, I love watching it, but yeah, it is a sight to be seen. But
By the way, while you guys keep saying they win, yeah, they win, but guess what? We haven't won. We didn't win the World Series 2 years ago, and we got a limit. We got beat in the NLCS last year by the Diamondbacks.
That's not a result of Schwarber batting leadoff. If that's what you're arguing here, it's not a result of Schwarber batting leadoff.
Montgomery's still out there. The pitching rotation. Taiwan Walker.
What did you see Bryce Harper's comments this week?
Yeah.
In the Todd Zalecki article?
If you're Taiwan Walker, if you're Sanchez, how do you feel about that?
If I'm Taiwan Walker, I take more of a slight to it than I am Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez, good year last year.
He's a young kid.
Unproven.
Right.
You know, he's got to earn his stripes still. Taiwan Walker, I believe, is a 13-year MLB veteran.
Right.
Or a 10-year MLB veteran, one of the two.
he was completely cut out of the rotation last playoffs. Let's not forget about that.
They threw Michael Lorenzen before Taiwan Walker.
He cut his hair.
He is a 11-year MLB veteran.
He
Taiwan
looks a lot different. But he pitched his first game the other day.
Yeah, I mean, he was battling with a little bit of soreness, and
he also left
was
for
away.
personal reasons.
Right, for
yeah.
personal reasons. So, I mean, if you
Look,
can
if
upgrade
you're-
and get one of those guys, I get it. But if I'm Bryce, that does not need to be said to a reporter. Go in,
Right?
closed doors.
Because let's
John
face it,
Middleton
he
say
is
that.
he is the GM. I mean, he's,
I mean,
he's the de facto GM.
He's the reason Kyle Schwarber's here. He's the reason that Trey Turner's here. He's the reason JT Realmuto got re-signed. I mean,
bet he's the reason why if you're Aaron Nola, and you're Wheeler, you see what the Eagles have offensively. The Phillies have offensively. That might have something to do with their decision to return.
Of course.
For the
Oh,
Phils.
it has to. Yeah, I mean, when they see that, like, even if they have a down game, this offense, this lineup can produce runs where they don't need to be perfect every outing. It's not a lineup that I got to go out there and throw a perfect game every game. Like, no, you have faith that you can have maybe a stinker or two, but still results in your teams getting wins. So I think that definitely played a huge role in their decision. And I mean,
anonymous texter chimes in and says Walker had a better record and ERA than Nola last year, yet we trash Walker and praise Nola. What do you think about that? I mean, the record, I don't even care about record. That's such a dead stat in the MLB for me right now. They scored more runs just coincidentally when Taiwan Walker pitched.
You out on the mound, you're a winner. If you win, you win.
Yeah, but it wasn't him winning, Billy. Him giving up 4 earned runs in the first 2 innings. Is that winning baseball?
No.
And
No,
Nola,
but the
to be
team would
fair,
follow up with like 5 or 6 runs.
Nola picked things up. He had a bad start to the year, and he
Yeah.
picked things up towards the end. He was, all things considered, pretty great in the playoffs. I think he had the one not so great game against
But then
the
he stayed
Diamondbacks.
composed in that game as
Exactly.
well. Let up 4 runs early, and then he stayed composed
Right,
and
I
went
mean,
deep in that
most,
game.
Most pitchers would have folded up right there and gone out. He stuck with it, man.
That's what's special about Nola, is that he doesn't let
He's got ice water running through his
That was the problem with Taiwan Walker too. Like he would let up 3 or 4 runs in the first
Guy's
2
got
innings,
good
and then he
stuff.
would be good until like the 7th.
Right.
But or maybe like deep into the
No,
6th.
right.
But it was those first 2 innings he could never get over that hump without getting beat up.
That just can't happen in the playoffs.
No,
I
and that's
mean,
why he was a flight risk in the playoffs. That's why they didn't throw him.
I don't understand why Snell and Montgomery aren't signed right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Flores does not have a
obviously,
good offseason.
Yeah, they were asking for too much out the gate, and then now it's just kind of come back to haunt them. I don't know. Spring training's almost over. We got like 2 weeks left.
You get 2
and they're
weeks,
still
like
not on the
18
team.
days.
I don't know what they're trying to do at this point. I mean, I know the Phillies are apparently, they're in on both guys, but only on short-term deals with opt-outs and all that jazz.
Yeah, there's conflicting reports too. Like, some people are saying the Phillies haven't even checked in. Some people are saying they're heavily interested if there's going to be opt-outs. If I'm them, though, I mean, Scott Boras, like I said, has had a bad offseason as an agent. Cody Bellinger gets to deal with opt-outs. Matt Chapman gets to deal with opt-outs. He didn't get nearly the money that the Blue Jays once offered him, which was upwards of $200 million, Billy. He signed for like $54 million in 3 years. So they have to sign soon, and they're going to do it for a cheaper price tag than they expected. I would assume it's going to be like a 2-year deal for each of them, 3-year deal for each of them with opt-outs, player options. in the second and third years.
I'd like to see the Phillies get one of those guys, one of those two guys that are available. I mean, come on, if we got one of those guys.
Yeah, and like I agree with Harper's comments. I do.
Oh, yeah.
Just
But he
don't
can't say
make
he
that
can't-
to Todd Zalecki. Don't make those comments to a reporter. Make it to John Middleton and Dave Dombrowski behind closed doors, like a professional. Like I just think that's unwarranted, unless for some reason there's something going on with Taiwan Walker in that locker room we don't know about. There's no reason to say that, in my opinion.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to tell you guys, next Saturday, we're going to be at Realty Remediation down there in Marmora, 215 Route 9, right across from McMahon Agency. You got to come down and see us. We're going to be broadcasting live, but we're going to be there from 10 to 2 broadcasting live, but we'll be there the crew will be down there until 2 o'clock. Everybody that shows up will fill out a card. Everyone that shows up and fills out a card will receive one free pest control for anybody in our listening area. So come on down. You'll automatically get a free pest control, which is a pretty good value. 4 people will get a year's worth of pest control services that include 3 regular visits with any issue between services. And that's for 4 people. That's really good. But I'm going to keep going. 1 person will receive free termite control treatment for preventative and active problem with 1 year renewable service agreement. Let me continue. He has also purchased 2 tickets to the Giants-Phillies game, Saturday, May 5th, row 5, section 116, right up from first base.
Can't beat that. But there's more.
Wait, there's more.
Billy Mays here.
That was a good one.
Wait, there's more.
That was pretty quick on your feet there, Andrew.
Wait, there's more. 2 tickets to a Blue Claws game. A pair of tickets for 5 games, plus all the free food you can eat and drink.
I mean, that sounds like a hell of a Saturday, if you ask me.
You got to come down next time.
All you gotta
Everybody,
do is come down and listen to the locker room.
Right. Come on down. Plenty of seats. He's going to be cooking hot dogs and hamburgers, all kind of food, desserts. Steve and Rob are really rolling out the red carpet for all of the people that come down. Come on out. You're guaranteed to win something next Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon at Realty Remediation, 215 Route 9 in Marmora. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. When you get down there, tell them we were talking about them today in the locker room. Just about everybody in our area's heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, guys, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein at My Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers next tonight on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the Sixers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Kyle to Buddy Hield for 3. Out of transition. Pocket good. Triple. And Buddy Hield with 5 in a row.
Coverage begins at 6 p.m. It's Sixers basketball all season long on South Jersey's radio home. Basketball.
Hammers it in. Rocks the rim.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number 1.
Randazzo's Pizza. Randazzo's Pizza. Randazzo's Pizza. The pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste. It's a place.
Randazzo's Pizza is one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza. Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you go. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Winning means keeping our community safe. I'm Hassan Reddick, linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. 59% of our adults report experiencing gun violence or know someone who has. Just like we focus on our training, we need to focus on proper gun storage.
Firearms should be locked out of reach of children and only accessible by you.
If you notice any warning signs of violence, speak up. Tell someone who can help.
Let's tackle gun violence together. Visit CamdenCounty.com/gun safety to learn more.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. Or how much easier it is to move mountains of soil with the 1 Series tractor. We could even go into detail about how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get in the seat or visit a dealer near you.
Celebrate the new Quick Draw Progressive from the New Jersey Lottery. Give it up for the rolling jackpot.
The jackpot keeps rolling, rolling, jackpot rolling. It's growing, all right.
Quick Draw is now Quick Draw Progressive with a free shot at winning a rolling jackpot with every play.
Quick Draw, jackpot, jackpot, Quick Draw. Play today. All right.
Play Quick Draw Progressive today.
Anything can happen in Jersey.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN.
This is a great song.
Another banger.
Another banger from the Police.
They were in their bag. And
Back broadcasting live at the Tom's Rotor Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim.
They were in their bag.
Danny Ryan.
In their bag.
Intern Andrew Leeds. But this is a big song right here. Roxanne.
This might be a winner.
I was thinking about going this. We'll see. I don't want to give it away. Danny, we got a couple text
Yeah,
messages.
we'll run through some texts here at the end of the show. Paul from Ocean City chimes in and says, Billy and team just got back from spring training wearing my locker room shirt multiple days.
Well, Paul was supposed to call in and do a report from
A little
spring
bit of
training.
a locker room promo. He
Yeah,
said,
call.
excited for the upcoming season. Biggest disappointment was the Eagles. Expectations were high, starting 10-1.
That's right.
Both offensive and defensive coordinators, in my opinion, were the reason. Players lost confidence in both as the season progressed. Go Phils.
All right, go Phil.
Yeah, go Phils.
All right.
We got Dan and EHC with a slew of text. I'll just highlight a few right here. He said, realistic expectation was the Eagles. Obviously, we expected them to probably make the Super Bowl or go
10-1.
deep into the
Everybody thought they were
playoffs.
going to Super Bowl.
Said the Sixers are a joke in all caps. It is comical. They keep getting me hyped for the season. Harris, please tell the team and give us hope.
Yeah, I mean, again, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
We got one from Steven Vettner. He chimes in about the Eagles' offseason plans and what Howie should do. Said, if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm not breaking the bank for any of these top 5 free agents. He likes Robert Hunt for right guard, Jordan Brooks for middle linebacker, Willie Gay for a safety, maybe Xavier McKinney or Justin Simmons. I like Justin Simmons a lot,
He was
too.
from Denver, right?
Yeah,
From
he's been
Denver.
tied to the Eagles a little bit.
Between Simmons and McKinney,
Yeah.
because McKinney's got the age that I like. Simmons is he's 30, I
Yeah,
think.
and then he said he'd use the 22nd pick on Darius Slay's future replacement. Yeah, that's the if he was Howie Roseman, what he
Real quick, the Sixers up in New York. Do you have any expectations for the Sixers against the Knicks today? Nick Earnshaw's on his way up there.
Brunson playing?
Yeah, he played the other night.
Knicks going to see the Knicks, huh?
He's good. So,
oh boy,
what's the biggest game you've been to outside of Philadelphia?
I think the only game I've been to was a random regular season match between the Cleveland Browns versus the Chargers in Cleveland. It was fun. I loved being in the dog
you, Danny? You ever been on the road?
No, I haven't. I was trying to think about it, but it's on my bucket list to see a few MLB, ballparks,
Gotta
maybe
get the-
Camden
yeah,
Yards,
gotta travel,
Fenway.
dude.
I haven't done it. I think
gotta
the,
get out more, Billy.
I think the Sixers are going to lose today. I mean, the Knicks don't have Anunoby. They don't have Randall, obviously, or Mitch Robinson, but I think they'll still win. They got a lot of depth.
And Nicky Ursol's 0 for 2 his last 2 games, so he probably should stay away.
He's on a cold streak. All right.
The nosebleeds aren't doing him strong.
All right, Andrew Leeds, thanks. You did a great job today. So
Thank
did
you,
you,
Billy.
Danny Ryan, as always.
Pleasure as
Thanks
always, Billy.
Mark Grimes for chiming in. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday. Nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next weekend right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big